Hello, hello, hello. Hopefully everyone can hear me. I don't have any technical difficulties and we can get this puppy rolling. Rough night. Pens fall to the Canadians 4-2 after a wild Star Wars night in Pittsburgh. We'll get into the game. We'll get into your comments. We'll get into everything. Unfortunately, I don't know if there'll be any rants. I'm not much of a person who goes on rants. I am usually the calm, cool, and collected one. I'm the one who stays level-headed. So we will see how tonight goes. I don't know. I was extremely frustrated over tonight's game. Many times I was making unsatisfying noises, and my wife had to check on me a few times asking if I was okay because a lot of grunts and a lot of and a lot of pounding the arm on my couch that I was sitting on. So a lot of frustration for sure, but I don't know if there'll be any rants. So we'll see. Shane, I see you in chat wanting a rant. We'll see if we get there. But first, just want to say this episode and all of our episodes are brought to you by our sponsors. Firstly, Rogue Energy. Go to rogueenergy.com/PensCollective. Use code TPC10 to get 10% off your order. Also, they are having awesome sales and discounts right now due to the Christmas season. So go check it out before their stock runs out, because honestly, this is the time of year where they do. So if you have your eye on something, if you've been waiting to pull the trigger, now is the time. This is probably their best sale of the year that they have going right now. So again, go to rogueenergy.com/PensCollective. Scoop up your energy. Get ready to go. This is going to be a long season after tonight. So let's get our energy up, because our boys need it, because they did not bring it. So make sure, again, rogueenergy.com/PensCollective. TPC10, try to use that code on top of those discounts. It may make your discount go even further. Also, Third Assist Hockey Company. They have been with us since the jump and have been gracious enough to give us our own coupon code this year. TPC15. You go to thirdassist.com. You look at some sticks, look at some gloves, look at some sweaters, look at some watches, whatever your taste is. You know, if you're playing some pond hockey, you need something to keep you warm outside. I absolutely love the heated socks. Love that. I am going to buy them just because I like being warm in the winter. I hate being cold. I don't know why I live in the Northeast, but I do. So I have to deal with it, and I do that by getting something like heated socks. So check out their inventory. They have tons in stock, but they will run out when their stock gets low. They'll say stock is low, buy now. So keep your eyes on it, but feel free to use our code that was gifted to us, TPC15, to get yourself a nice little gift this holiday season. So quick little rundown of the ads, but that'll do it. We will get into the game after this. Welcome to the show.
It's Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Buckle up, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on Fane, the shot, he scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle, gets open, scores!
You're a collective.
Andy Kyoto is beating Ninamaki, finds it. What a show!
All right. Well, officially, welcome to the Penguins Collective podcast. Again, the Penguins fall to the Montreal Canadiens 4-2 on Star Wars night. Okay. kind of a Star Wars fan. Louis is a bigger Star Wars fan than I, but it's depressing when you lose on Star Wars night. So, Armand, I hate the snow. I hate the snow too, man. And, here in Northeast Pennsylvania, it's been 3 straight days of snow, just snowing. I mean, of course, there's been a little break here and there, but just not fun right now. It's not fun. I'm okay with snow when it's like above 25, but this like teen temperature with wind chill into single digits and snow, no. Nope. Don't. That's for the Eskimos. That's for the North Pole. I'm good. I don't need it. Take it away from me. So I've been a little grumpy the last couple of days because of the snow and because of seasonal depression. Thank you, Northeast PA. Love it. But tonight was tough. Tonight was a tough game all around. Jari had moments of competence of a NHL level goaltender, but for the most part, he was not good. Defense was not good. Offense was not good. Special teams wasn't good. They scored on the power play. Whoop-de-doo. Didn't mean anything at that point. A nice little strategy by Dan Muse to pull Jari on the power play, giving us essentially a 6-on-4. That was pretty cool. We were able to capitalize on that, but again, a little too late. Would have been nice to see them, not allow that fourth. That fourth goal got turned over. But the first fourth goal, the second fourth goal, because I almost said the fifth goal, but the official fourth goal that immediately happened after our first goal, after Russ scored, finally got the crowd into it, finally felt some buzz, and then literally right down the ice, there's a odd man break, and Montreal is able to capitalize on a wide open net. So, Armand, the score should have been worse. Yes, absolutely. Score should have been way worse. That's where Jari gets his credit, because there were many chances for Montreal to run up the score on us, and he came up big sometimes. There's a lot of Letang comments, and we'll get to Letang in a little bit. I promise we will address him tonight. But it's rough. I don't know. Louis called it. Louis is going to say there's going to be no rant from Josh. He's just going to say, I don't know what to say. What do you do from here? Where do you go from here? Because this is the Penguins that I don't enjoy watching, because it's 2 weeks ago, we're flying high, we're doing great, we're playing well, everything's clicking, and we just slowly start crashing. Everything just starts crashing. Special teams that we were relying on starts crashing. Goaltending that we were relying on starts crashing. Sidney Crosby isn't putting up 3 points a night, which, of course, it's unrealistic to expect, but he's just that type of guy. Fourth line is doing above and beyond. The beast line, the giant line, whatever you want to call it, second line, they're doing their thing. And now everything's crashing. Now I understand there's people that are still hurt. They're still on IR, that are injured, that are going to be making their way back onto the roster and into the lineup. So hopefully that will make things, maybe right the ship a little bit. But I don't know. This is where I love and hate the NHL season, because I love the fact that we're only on game 29 of 82. So yes, it's already December, but at the same time, we have all the way until April before, technically the end of the season. So there's time still. Yes, I am going to preach patience on December 11th. Okay. Because truly, we do still have time. There still is time to right the ship, figure it out, and turn the page. I don't know. More hockey cards. Yes. All seasons have ups and downs. No need to panic yet. Agreed. Agreed. I'm not at panic mode. I'm at frustration mode just because of the fact of the ups and downs. So this is where I just like, it's hard doing this, where we have to come on and essentially put our thoughts and emotions into words when in the back of my mind, I keep thinking this: ups and downs, don't panic, long season. So it's really the frustration, I think, just stems from, to me, the energy, because the game technically was delayed. So I don't know if that had anything to do with it. If you didn't know why the game is ending so late, it got pushed back 30 minutes because there was a tractor trailer who tipped over on 95, I-95, 79. I think there was a 9 involved on a highway coming into Pittsburgh, and it caused a lot of traffic, and apparently some players, excuse me, sorry, it's late. Some players or some staff members, whoever, were delayed getting to the game, so delayed the start of the game. I don't know if that had anything to do with it, but there was just no energy at all coming into this game. It reminded me of the, I want to say, it was at the Wild, where it was possibly, where it was, the Highway 279. Thank you, did depends when. Pretty inconsiderate of the truck driver to hold us up like that. Yeah, honestly. What was he thinking? Drive better, bro. But honestly, it reminded me of that game where we said it was probably the worst performance we've seen from the Pens in recent memory. And that's kind of the vibe I was getting from the first period. Was like, here we go again. This is just poor performance. Just seemed like Montreal was ready to skate us out of the rink and was ready to just light us up for, 12 tonight. Now, granted, they were coming off a blowout of them against them by the Tampa Bay Lightning, so I'm sure they wanted to kind of prove something to everyone as well. And then, you got the trifecta of not only delayed start, Montreal coming off of a blowout, but you have a rookie goaltender who's making his first appearance in the NHL, and the history, which is mind-blowing, behind the Montreal Canadiens rookie goaltenders making their first NHL appearance against Pittsburgh. They're undefeated. I think most recently it was Carey Price, and then it was Patrick Waugh. Before that, 2 Hall of Famers. I mean, Carey Price will be in the Hall of Fame, but 2 Hall of Famers. There was another guy. I didn't recognize him, but I think they said he's in the Hall of Fame. So, I mean, that's just wild. And then, of course, he plays lights out. He looks great. He looks like he's going to be, the next thing in Montreal, which is, stockpiling assets, which I'm sure Dubas is staring at their, roster saying this is the vision. This is the plan of all that young talent that they have. He's probably salivating at it. But I mean, they played well. And I mean, you would expect that as a Montreal Canadiens fan coming off of a blowout like that. So it was the perfect storm for the Pens. Perfect storm in the most negative way possible. And it's tough. Now, where do we go from here? This is where it's tough. Oh, here we go. We got some quotes. Thank you. It depends when. So, did the Pens win per Kelsey Surmatch per Ryan Shea? I don't know. Honestly, we just had 0 jump from the start. Yep, I just said that. They were all over us, and we didn't respond to start the game, but we didn't even have a response mid-game. Yeah, that's a great point. Great point by Ryan Shea. Like, even after the first period, and then we came out in the second period, it was it was over. Like, they just still no energy. They were acting as if it was over. They just wanted to get the game over with at that point. Oh, geez. I thought I saw another quote in there. Did you put? Oh, no. Oh, yeah. It was the update on Sid, because Sid left the ice practically for a shift. It was pretty much like a shift and a half that it looks like he missed. And then he was back on the ice, but I know everyone was holding their breath because he got hurt and just, gingerly made his way back to the bench, and we were all kind of just waiting to see what would happen. But oh, guys, this is going to be a short episode. I'm yawning so much. I don't like this delayed start. Per did the Pens win, per Josh Yoe. Sid said his foot held up well after the injury and that he is fine. Perfect. That's how it looked. But again, he could be just playing off of adrenaline. Who knows? That puppy may be swelling tomorrow when he wakes up. But I do want to get to some of these comments. IR3K, most recently, where would we be without Carlson? He's so fun to watch. He's been playing really well this year. I mean, I really have no complaints. I know everyone wants to see him gone, mainly due to that contract. I'm fine if we do move off, but I'm fine if we keep him. Because, I mean, tonight he made a few mistakes, but again, Louis expects perfection from these players. I'm okay with a few turnovers, especially if you're going to score as well. So, I guess Carlson gets an excuse tonight. Shane is going to try and, get me going here. Shane, I'm aboard the re-sign Malkin train. I was before Louis' rant. I was during Louis' rant. I am now. I am of the mindset of a 1 year at a time re-sign, just like as if it would be Crosby at the end of his current extension. All right, I'm on to saying Carlson had a bad game tonight. I mean, again, he had turnovers, but when you counter it with a goal, I'll excuse it. Because at the end of the day, they're all going to make mistakes. They're all going to have turnovers. Letang had a worse game. Defense as a whole was bad. Carlson was the highlight of the bad defense. So, unfortunately, it's just we're trying to find silver linings here. There were a few comments that I wanted to pull up about Letang. Where were they? I'm sorry. You guys are chatting it up, and I'm trying to go back in time here because I know it was early on. Oh, here it is with Shane. Shane wanted a rant on Letang. More hockey cards saying that Letang was a fun watch tonight. And here it is. Shane. Brunick was exiled for a few mistakes. Letang doesn't even get a healthy scratch for passing it to the other team time and time again. Yeah, this is where it's tough. So Brunick is going to get the short end of the stick right now because he's, a rookie and, trying to figure out that ELC. We haven't even essentially triggered that yet. So, and now that he's on loan for the World Juniors, I don't know when we're going to see him again. Because I think World Juniors start in a few weeks before before the end of the year. So, we're not going to see him for a bit. And then what happens after that? Do we initiate the first year of that ELC and keep him up here, or do we send him out? So that's where I think Brunick kind of gets the short end because, I understand what you're saying. He makes a few mistakes and then he starts getting benched or scratched or, what have you. But Letang, he's got the A on the chest. It's a little bit different. He's got that contract. He's got the legacy. It's a little bit harder to, scratch someone for a few mistakes when they have all of that pedigree behind them. It's the same thing, I mean, Letang, with Malkin and Crosby, Rust, like those types of guys that have helped build the foundation of the team. It's hard to say, oh, you made some mistakes, you're scratched. I understand maybe a shift benching here or there, to kind of send a message. But at the same time, like everyone kind of knows if there's legacy, if you have an A or a C, it's different for you. It's different for you. That's why, the grinders can't make mistakes because they're trying to fight for a roster spot, trying to fight for a contract extension, trying to fight to stay in the NHL. They can't make mistakes. Letang is granted a long leash, and it's just hard because right now, as fans, that leash is so short. So short. It's been tough. And granted, this has been said to me probably for the last year and a half, 2 years about Letang. I didn't want to believe it because I'm a big Letang fan. I shouldn't say big Letang fan, but I'm a big core fan, So I like Letang. I don't have any ill will towards him or anything. But I just refuse to think that he was declining the way that Louis and others were trying to say. And it's weird how, it's the theory, like when you're shopping for a car and you're looking at this certain brand of car, you start seeing it everywhere. So like if you're shopping for a Jeep Wrangler, all of a sudden, well, Jeep Wranglers are everywhere. If you're shopping for a Honda Odyssey minivan, shout out minivans, and you're like, oh, this is a nice van. I don't see a lot of these. Well, now when you start driving around, you're going to see a Honda Odyssey on every corner. This is how I feel about Letang. I wasn't paying super close attention to him. Then Louis, beginning of the season, told me watch Letang every game. And now you watch him, and it just seems like he's got mistakes up the wazoo. Like every time he's on the ice, he's making a mistake, and that's where it's tough. I don't think there's any way to move on from it until he's ready to move on from it. And right underneath that, more hockey cards. I think he calls it quits. There's no way that Letang finishes out his contract. It's not looking good. I don't know if it'll be this year. He's probably going to want to do what Gino wants to do and finish with Crosby. So that would be like another year. But again, who knows what Crosby's plan is? He may want to do another year after that. But if Letang is going to keep playing this way, he's going to have to just fall on the sword himself and be the first one. I know we all kind of expect it to be Gino this year because his contract runs out, but I'm on the train that I think he's coming back next year for at least a year. So maybe Letang is the first one to fall on the sword and he's the one who retires first at the end of the year. But it has been tough watching him play, honestly. Yes, and that's the most head scratching thing. More hockey cards. It's literally it's mental. It's literally like he's got the yips. It's literally like Jari last year and the year before. Like Jari was doing so much because he wasn't trusting his eyes. He was doing everything to try to, compensate for the fact that he was, not seeing the puck properly. The thing with Letang is it's literally as if he's forgotten how to play at the same time. Like he doesn't see the ice as well as he used to. And then at the same time, it like there are physical mistakes because obviously, there are times where he's just not timing up these one-timers. He's not linking up these passes. I don't get it. And then positionally, he's just constantly just seems lost. Now, granted, I'm some dude in a closet talking on a podcast about his game. I hate doing that. Like, I've told Louis several times, I hate that he brings up contracts. Hate it. I don't want to pocket watch these athletes. They have worked their lives to get to this point. They earn every dollar that they can get. Okay? But at the same time, like, dude, me, who has never laced them up in a like competitive fashion, can see that you are not playing the right way, the right position, and not playing the way that you are capable of playing. And that's bad when someone like me can see that. So I don't know where we go with Letang. I don't know what that direction is. The defense as a whole needs to step up. Parker Wotherspoon had a great start to the year. He seems to starting to level out. Ryan Shea is starting to level out. Ryan Graves is way better than he was previously, but again, not top line defenseman type. I don't think he can leapfrog Letang at this point. So, I mean, talent wise and the way that they're playing, sure, but I don't think you're going to adjust the lineup that way. It's crazy. It's crazy. Oh, we got another quote here. Oh, IR3K. You're summing up everything that I'm trying to say perfectly. Letang is cooked. It's getting worse and worse, and honestly, I've never been a Letang hater, but his poor play is getting more and more noticeable. Exactly right. Like you don't love Letang, you don't hate him. You appreciate everything he's done for the team, but at the same time, someone who doesn't play professional hockey can start to see that your play is getting worse and worse. It's not good. It's not good. It's not good. All right, so let's see. Oh, wow, guys. You guys hit up the chat. I'm trying to catch up. All right. But then I'm going to be heading to bed. Not going to lie. We're probably going to wrap this up soon. Sidney Crosby on the loss. Would have been nice to get a little more traffic in front of Fowler, the Canadiens goaltender. The pucks that he was able to see, he did a good job. Yeah. From Sportsnet Pittsburgh. Okay. All right. I mean, yeah. We talk about it all the time. Get bodies in front. Dirty goals. Dirty goals are what's going to win when you're old and slow and possibly lacking some skill that players like who are on the Montreal Canadiens have. Montreal Canadiens, they beat us with skill tonight. Those shots were sweet. Sure, some of them could have been blocked by Jari. Sure. I can hear an argument that it should have been Jari saving those, but I can also make the argument that Canadians just had more skill and those were sweet shots. So that's how they beat us tonight. And if we are going to try to get any sense of momentum here, it's got to be that way that Crosby's talking about. Bodies in front. Get dirty goals. All right. Continued with Ryan Shea. I think we had a couple good shifts we put together after we took that timeout, but other than that, we just let them bring it to us, and we just sat back 1,000%. Ryan Shea is just an open book tonight. I love it. I love it because that is so true. No one wanted to be a difference maker, and we were just flat. Yes, Ryan Shea. Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ryan Shea. This is perfect. Who thought Ryan Shea was going to be the guy to just speak truth through the media? This is great. It's such a good analysis and self-awareness by Ryan Shea too, to see that, okay, that timeout was great. Thank you, Coach Muse. We got some juice to the end of the second period, and then it fizzled. It fizzled. And like he said, he just sat back and we were flat, no difference maker. So true. We can't rely on Crosby to bail us out game in, game out. It's not going to happen. It's not going to happen. And Ryan Shea is essentially saying that right there. No one wanted to be a difference maker. And we were just flat. Because that's how we're going to win. Not only just individual games, but long term. We cannot rely on Crosby alone. We are going to lose every night if that is the case. He is one man. He is not Superman. He is not going to literally score 4 goals himself because, again, we have 2 goaltenders who, when you give them 3, when you put 3 on them, that's pretty much it. Like, you have to, like, they're not gonna allow less than 3 at this point. So, I got a little notification that chat was disabled. Whoa, hold on here, guys. Okay, streaming not allowed on TikTok. Okay. All right, but it says that we're still active. Okay. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on with chat, guys. I'm sorry. I'm trying to figure out how to make this work. Okay. All right. If you guys aren't able to chat anymore, I apologize. I don't know what is going on. But I'll just go over a few more of the comments, and then we will probably just wrap it up since we're having a little technical difficulties with the chat. Okay. So, Shane complimented my rant. I appreciate it. Not as loud, but pretty good rant. Thanks. Yeah. I'm not going to get all fiery over this, but I mean, at the same time, Letang needs to be held accountable for. Has Brazeau turned back into a pumpkin yet? Pretty much. Chicken a la King. Pretty much. And I think he's missing Malkin. I think what we saw from Brazeau before his injury was I don't know, I don't want to say like a mirage or, a fake anything. I think it was just Malkin compliments him, and Malkin allows his game to elevate. So I think he's just missing Malkin right now. Zach, just a few comments below. It says, Brazeau and Mantha truly need Malkin to be anything. 100%. 100%. Now, Mantha, I'm trying to give him a little bit of a break and a little bit of leeway because he's coming off of an injury that was pretty severe. From what I understand, is that if healthy, he would have been a free agent target for many teams, but due to this coming off of this injury, no one really wanted him. So that's also why we're able to get him cheap. So he does have some talent. And this is going to sound weird, but try to track where I'm going. More talent than Brazeau coming in. But with Malkin, I think they both take their games to another level, which goes to Malkin's pedigree and his skill level as well. Mantha is more valuable to his team as a trade piece. Okay, I can see it. I won't hate it. I won't hate it if he's traded off. IR3K. Text Louis after the broadcast and tell him IR3K said re-sign Malkin. I will. He's probably also possibly lurking in the shadows. Hey, we got more chats. So I think it's working now. All right. So I appreciate you guys dropping some more chats in there. Letting me know that it's working now. We have a lot of deadline players to sell off if things go down the pooper. Shea could be one of them. He could, but I'm starting to like him. I'm starting to like him more, Hockey Cards, especially after that comment. He may be like, my guy for this season. I don't know. And he's cheap, which also may be a reason why he's a good trade piece. So that's where it's hard. It's hard because it's cheap. You want to keep him, but at the same time, that's also a good reason why to trade him, because then, a team will be able to quite possibly overpay for them so that they have like a cheaper contract on the books. But yeah, me too. But Shea's a free agent. Yeah, I know. But I mean, again, this is only his best season so far. So maybe we can, fleece him into getting a hometown discount type deal. Nothing crazy. 2.5 a year, maybe for 2 years. I don't know. I want NES Attic. I want Gino for one more. I hear you. All right, what's Shane? Shane, you got a long comment here. They need some moves now. Why wait until 10 games before the end of the season when you can't do anything to change the outcome? Yeah, it's hard. I have a feeling that Dubas is going to make some type of move, but I think it's going to be more so closer to the Olympic break. So there's going to be like a roster freeze right before the Olympic break. I think right before that roster freeze, I think he's probably going to make a move. I don't know how many. I don't know who. I have no sources. It's a gut feeling just based off of where we're at with goaltending, the logjam that we have there, the logjam with youth that we're trying to bring up. If they really do want to try out Bros, where do we do that? We have to make some subsequent moves to make that happen. Avery Hayes, I don't know who else is down there. Tristan Burrows. I mean, I don't know how much of Boko Imamo you want to keep bringing up. I mean, not that I don't like him. I like Boko Imamo. I like the energy that he brings. But then we're going to have Philip Hollander come back. So there will be a logjam with the forward position. So there could be moves to be made, and I think they're going to do it before the roster freeze for the Olympic break. Just please give Kindle the second C spot. Sick of Hayes. Yeah, sick of Hayes as well. He's quickly turning into Jeff Carter. Just old man. Doesn't really do anything. Simply there to be the face-off merchant, if you want to say that. And again, not trying to disrespect Hayes in any way, but is he really that great at face-offs that he should be second center? Don't want to knock him again. Professional athlete, bozo sitting in a closet. We can even bump him to third line. I mean, I'm fine with that. With where I'm at currently, I would like him to kind of be the bench. But Armand, nobody's going to make a trade now too early in the season. Yeah, I hear you. That's why I think it's going to be more so closer to the Olympic break in February, somewhere around there. So we got about a month and a half minimum before I think a trade is done. Because again, like Armand is saying, it's too early in the season. We can easily turn this around. As frustrated as we are with these last few games and the outcomes that have come, we can easily turn this around. And why trade off our assets when we're winning? You know, it's hard. It's hard. So it's like, that's where you want to make the trades now because we're doing so bad, but at the same time, you kind of want to see if this team turns it around. So, Zach, you got a long comment here. Just so you know, if you want to get my attention, long comment. McGroarty and Koivunen have both been kind of whatever, but they are young. Need to let them grow through playing. Agreed. But that third line is really Kindle doing everything and wingers not scoring. Yeah. McGroarty was all over the place tonight, which I liked seeing. It felt like the whole line was all over the place. Again, the third line being the only silver lining coming out of a loss. But, I mean, I feel like he just needs one to go. He just needs one to get in, and I think he'll be all right. I think he's forcing it a lot, which I can't blame him. I would be too. You missed a whole month and a half, essentially, of the season. You haven't played in like forever. Give me a goal, please. Give me a goal. Let me get the monkey off the back. And I think you'll probably start seeing a move a little bit better once that happens. Now, granted, I kind of thought the same thing for Koivunen. You know, once he gets his first NHL goal, I think we're going to start seeing him just be a little bit more comfortable in his game and kind of, you know, just play from there. But he kind of seems to just, you know, be taking a back seat to these guys, which I don't want to see out of him. I like Koivunen. I hope he's the guy. Hope he's the guy that he was, you know, projected to be. But I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens with these guys. But I do love I do love the third line. It is great. NES. NES. Shout out to the closet studios. Yeah, no, I don't know if I've done this, but shout out to my wife. She set this up for me. I was, for the last couple years, I was out just like in our just like living area, just in a corner, and just, you know, I didn't really have much of a background, but my wife put me in this closet, set up all this stuff. This blanket was a giveaway at a Wilkes-Barre game a couple years ago. And it's just hiding the mess in the corner. It's a utility closet. So we got the water heater and some pipes and some other stuff over there in the corner that no one wants to see. But now you know what's behind the curtain, you know, a little bit right there. Yeah, we said the same thing with Koivunen. He's struggling still. On cue. Oh, that's about me saying that about Koivunen. Yeah. Yes. Yeah, exactly. So I don't know. I want to believe that it'll actually work, but I don't know. Rucker seems like a competitor. I think he lacks some hockey sense. He seems to try to get the puck off his stick as soon as possible, which can be good, but too many times it's a misread, in my opinion. And that could be just him young, trying to grow into his game at the NHL level. I think that's where all of these guys are. Kindle, Koivunen, Rucker, trying to not change their game to meet the NHL level, but allow their game to develop in the NHL. Does that make sense? Because like, you don't want a player to change who they are once they get to the NHL. But at the same time, they're going to have to adapt to the NHL. And I think that's where these guys are. More so Kindle and Koivunen. Rucker, Koivunen played, they got called up together last year. So, yeah, I don't know, man. This sucks. I want these guys to do so well. But, see, this is where Louis hates me. is where he gets really upset with me about this. I'm going to be patient with him because I have to remember long season, but also rookies and young players need time. They need time. This is not basketball. This is not football. Those sports, the young guys can contribute early. NHL is different. They need time. It's kind of like baseball. I think baseball is very similar. You'll have these anomalies. Paul Skeens, perfect. Ben Kindle, he's a little bit there. He's a little bit he's kind of the anomaly. Because he's more advanced than Rucker and Koivunen, but we just need to give them time. Let them mold. Kindle's 18. I think Koivunen's 22, and then Rucker's somewhere in between. And same goes for Brunick. I know we're trying to cast him out because he's not cracking. He's not sticking with Pittsburgh right now. But he's 19. Let's give these guys some time. I mean, I don't know if they'll be playing until 38 like Crosby, but if we're going to give them a 20-year window, let's give them a 20-year window here. Let's at least give them a year or two that they can develop a little bit. So more hockey cards. What about Kindle? Kindle just seems so comfortable with the puck. Head is up, doesn't rush the play. All the other young guys are behind him. Yeah, agree. And I think that was a big reason as to why he got drafted technically early, in quotes, because that's just who he is. That's how he was. And that was like the big thing about him coming out. But for it to actually translate and duplicate it and be comfortable in the NHL, that's surprising, because at 18, you would think the game is too fast for him. But Shane, most of the time the young guys aren't even fully grown yet. They're still adding weight and size, at least the teenagers. 100%. Great. That's a great point. Because even though these are professional athletes, they're still teenagers developing their body. So Ben Kindle, for example, he can still grow in height at 18. So that's such a great point. Thank you, Shane. That's a great point. I like that, because who knows, if they hit the gym this offseason, they can be completely different come next season. I mean, just look at Crosby, for instance. Those tree trunks that he has on his legs weren't the same tree trunks that he had at 17, 18 when he was cracking the roster as a rookie in 2005. He developed into that 38-year-old body. Now, granted, it happened more so closer to the 18-year-old Sid than at the 38. He just maintained it, but there was still oops, sorry everyone. There was still time for it to grow. So we'll see. Still got time. But that's a good point. I like that. Armand, one thing I can't stand, they pass the puck too many times. Bingo. Yes. Shoot first mentality. That's what I love. That is also why I talk about when we're up multiple goals in the third period, just keep going. Put your foot on the neck, on their jugular, and step down. It's a little gruesome. It's a little hardcore, but you have to end them. You have to finish them. Mortal Kombat style. Finish them. We just don't do it. And I think that mindset, that lacking of that mindset goes to this too. We're a pass first, shoot second mentality team. Like that. McGroarty is like that. Koivunen is like that. Kindle, not so much, which is nice. But A lot of the team is like that. They look for the pass first. Erik Karlsson is a lot like that, even though he scored tonight. He's very much a pass first guy, but is willing to shoot, but is going to look for the pass first. Zach, back to the young guys. Biggest problem as fans is we are seeing the early returns with Kindle, expecting all these youngsters to be immediate step in. Yeah, agreed. Now, I've been preaching patience all the time, but I think we have been lacking a lot of youth on our team in recent years. So the moment we got one in Kindle and he started playing well from the jump, we now expect that, like you're saying, from everyone else who is now coming up. Like Bros, when he came up, I'm sure people wanted immediate results. Didn't get it. That's okay. He's young. Allow him to grow into it. It's going to be okay. I heard 3K. To be honest, watching Letang have many strokes on the ice. Sorry. How much worse can Brunik be? Yeah, it's a little touchy there with Letang's actual personal history with strokes, but yeah, how much worse can Brunik be? I mean, Zach answers it here. Brunik has been worse than Letang before his being sent down to Wilkes-Barre. But you really don't want to rush young defenders. Yeah, and I think that's why they're stretching this out as far as possible, because they want to keep him. They want to develop. They want to be the ones that develop him, not his team in juniors, not Wilkes-Barre, not Team Canada. They want to do it. So they're trying to extend this as long as possible, but at the same time, you're going to have to play him. One more quote from Kid. Oh, wait, hold on. Before I get to a quote from Kid, from Sid. Thanks NES about the video game shout out. Reason why not to panic. 2 of our top players are hurt, Malkin and Raquel, and Lozat is largely missed as well for his forecheck. Yes. See, I forgot Lozat was out. Yeah, because that's why Heinen is playing on the 4th line. Yes. So Lozat is out. That's huge. His energy, his forecheck to what you're saying, face-off skills, penalty kill, everything. Lozat is the guy. He's been lights out for this team beyond the stat line. And then Malkin and Raquel, absolutely. Once Raquel comes back, hopefully that opens up the scoring. Hopefully that opens up Crosby a little bit more, even though Crosby's already playing well, and Rust. I think that's going to open up that top line. And then Malkin, inserting him back with a healthy Brazeau and Mantha, because that's the thing. Malkin got hurt before Brazeau got healthy, so they haven't been able to be back yet. So once he comes back, they'll finally be all back together. And then, hopefully we'll get back into it. Zach mentioning what I was talking about with Erik Karlsson. Yeah, it's those shot passes that I was referencing. Yes. At this point, everyone knows it's coming. Like, it's annoying. It's annoying. So that's why it was refreshing to see him actually shoot and get the goal here. All right. I'm much more bullish on Rucker than Ville. Yes, me too. I just think Rucker has more of the dog in him. Yeah, I like how you did that. Dog, D-A-W-G. He may lack some of the skills Ville has, but I think he will make up for it with his competitiveness. Yeah, whatever you want to say. Yeah, absolutely. Ville looks like he has rocks in his skates. Again, I try not to criticize their skating ability, because if you saw me lace it up, you would laugh. You would for certain laugh. But I still see you guys commenting. I'm going to probably wrap it up here. We're pushing an hour, and it is after 11 o'clock, and I keep yawning on you guys. So I think we're just going to end it here. Rough game all the way around. Unfortunately, I'm going to pull an old cliche. It's one of those where you just have to turn the page. I'm glad Louie's not here to yell at me about that, but we're going to turn the page. We're going to look at the silver linings. Third line looked good. Jari had moments. That's it. So we're going to move on to Saturday's game. This is where December is wild. So we just played Tuesday. We got a game tonight. We have a game Saturday. And then I think we go back to back with a game on Sunday. But Saturday is a 3 o'clock start. Is a 3 o'clock start against the San Jose Sharks. So, there's a quote from Sid. All right. Well, yeah, I did say we're going to do the quote from Sid. Found it on Penn's Inside Scoop. It wasn't our best game, and we've got to find that game. We had the 2 previous ones and find a way to close it out. 100%. Thank you. With that, that'll do it. We'll see you guys Saturday afternoon. Well, by the time we go live, it'll be evening. Early evening Saturday type game. Saturday, Sunday, Tuesday. Yes. This is gonna be crazy. But we got San Jose. I hope Alex Nedeljkovic gets a start. Okay. Hope we light him up and get back on this winning path because we need it. We need it. So again, Saturday, 3 o'clock is the puck drop for San Jose. That'll do it. Thank you guys for joining me tonight. Much appreciated. Thank you for lighting up the comments. Sorry for the technical difficulties for a little bit there, but it seems like it kind of worked itself out, which always love seeing that in the end. But I appreciate you tuning in. We will see you guys on the next one. And as always, let's go Pens.
It's Crosby on Kunitz and shot. Penguins win it! Sees part for Crosby to the goal. He scores!
Walk the off, baby. Are you kidding me?
And on fade, the shot, he scores! Here's Crosby with a burst of speed up the middle.